look a little different. You look at them, but they are truly all brothers and sisters over time, crossbreeding and crossbreeding. Now you guys go up skiing in California, right? The higher you go up, the stunting of the tree line, and then eventually you're skiing down on the snow fields. Same thing here. Now with the erosion washing away all the soil up in here, these shrubs would actually grow to be tree size, but again, they stunting of the growth, no soil, it's all lava rock, it's growing into the lava rock, and it stops the growth of these things. But you can see if the soil would stay put long enough around here, it actually would grow to be a tree size. Now I was telling your mom, you guys, again, if you, I don't know how much time or what's interesting to you, but that's Eow Valley, the Eow Needle. It's a great little place to go hiking up in there. The water comes down, it's crystal clear. You can actually drink the water coming right out of there. There's great little hikes up in there as well. Go up to the Eow Needle and it gives you a beautiful view right above Wailuku. Wailuku means red water. What it is I was talking to your mom and telling her about a battle. One of King Kamehameha made several trips over this island many years ago, and he wanted to take over Maui, but he was unsuccessful. The Maui warriors were very good fighters back in the day, and they fended King Kamehameha off numerous times. Now he went back to the Big Island and eventually took over the Big Island. Then he went over to Molokai, took over Molokai, Lanai, Kaho'olawe. He had taken over all of the surrounding islands, and he wanted Maui, and he wanted Maui bad. So he got his hands on some guns and cannons. Now, to give you an example of what the Maui warriors would have looked like back in the day, we're talking bare feet, loincloth, and a spear. This is how they would have hunted for food, and also how they would have fended off anybody from trying to come and take over their island. So here comes the king. Several attempts, unsuccessful. Now he gets his hands on these guns and cannons. The Maui warriors obviously were no match for these weapons. They sat offshore pounding away at Maui with these guns and cannons, killing so many Maui warriors, eventually coming ashore. They chased 50,000 Maui warriors up into that Eow Valley. You guys, if you got a minute, go check it out and read all the plaques. They'll just verify everything that I'm discussing with you at the moment. And basically, come ashore, he chased 50,000 Maui warriors up into the valley. There was no escape for them at that particular point in time. He proceeded to slaughter 50,000 Maui warriors, and at that particular point in time, he took over this island with a monarchy and with a king and queen. Now, Wailuku means red water or red river. Red water, I would think it's red water. And pretty much what the case was, they say that battle was so vicious, and it was one of the quickest and fastest battles that had ever happened over here. It didn't take more than a few days, but they say the bodies were 6 to 8 feet deep. The river ran blood red for weeks from all of the loss of life up in there. It is a very sacred place to this day from all the warriors that were buried up in those hills. And actually, I have friends that hike up in that, up in the Eow Valley, and a lot of times they've gone up on rainy days, and they've actually gone up, and this is a few different stories, I've heard this, they've gone up and they look up into the clouds and they can actually see figures of thousands of Maui warriors all up on the walls of the Eow Valley. Of when they've gone in there, they say literally the hair on their arms would stand up when they looked at these things like that. I've never seen it back there, but I know a lot of Maui warriors lost their lives over there back in the day. So a very, very sacred place, you guys. And if you had a few minutes and you wanted to go up and check it out, you can take some hikes up. And there's some crazy tree species living up in there too. Have you guys ever seen Johnny Depp in The Headless Horseman? Did you guys ever see that movie, The Headless Horseman, where the horse jumps out of that tree? I mean, it was possessed, and you never seen that movie?
No.
There's a tree at the Eow Valley that looks very similar. It looks all burnt and black, like, I don't know what but it's a tree species from somewhere, but it looks very, I don't know, ominous, or like death, near it. Pretty cool. There's a sugar burn going off, you guys. You see the cloud of smoke, the black smoke now coming up. Started small kind, white smoke. Now, like I say, they normally burn sugar at night for the gawk factor, the residual burn off, and it is much easier to maintain a fire in the evening. However, when the wind is mild or the wind is in the right direction, they do burn in the daytime. So you guys can, when you get on your bikes, you can stop and snap a couple photos, you guys, and talk a story with your family or friends. You can be like, well, the sugar. Well, now hopefully these are some things you can bring back with you. I'm trying to keep some real simple stuff. I know I talk about so many different things, but a couple things you should be able